These 5 Washington quarters could be hiding a fortune. Discovered variations worth up to $1,200. The 1968 D alone sold for $750 at auction. Learn which mint marks to look for. The 1968 U.S. quarter-dollar coin stands at the intersection of numismatic history and modern treasure hunts. Minted during a transitional period in coin production, this quarter carries with it an air of mystery and the potential for astronomical value when rare minting errors are discovered. What makes this coin so compelling is not just its place in history, but also the possibility that a seemingly ordinary piece could hide a misstep that elevates its worth to hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. This coin was produced using techniques that, while revolutionary at the time, sometimes led to fascinating errors. For instance, some 1968 quarters exhibit off-center strikes where the design is misaligned with the coin's edge. This error occurs when the planchet isn't perfectly centered during the stamping process. To the untrained eye, an off-center strike might appear as a minor flaw, yet collectors prize these coins for their rarity and the unique story each misstrike tells. Another error that has captured the attention of collectors is the double die, where a coin's design appears to be printed twice due to an issue with the minting die. The doubling can be subtle, affecting key features like the inscriptions or details of the portrait. These double-die errors are exceptionally rare, and when verified, they can transform an ordinary quarter into a highly coveted specimen. Even slight duplications in the lettering or imagery can cause a dramatic spike in value, with some double-die errors among the most sought after by collectors. In addition to off-center and double-die errors, there are instances where die cracks or breaks have occurred during production. These imperfections may seem minor, a thin line or gap where the design should be continuous, but they provide a glimpse into the coin's production process. The occurrence of a die crack is unpredictable, and when it happens, it creates a one-of-a-kind piece that no two coins share. Collectors who are lucky enough to acquire a 1968 quarter with a noticeable die crack often regard it as a tangible piece of minting history, an imperfection that adds a unique narrative to the coin's story. Some coins also have what is known as a repunched mint mark error, where the mint mark is struck more than once. This can result in a coin that bears multiple impressions of the mint mark, making it a rarity in any collection. Such errors require careful examination, as they are often subtle and can be mistaken for normal wear or damage. The key lies in knowing what details to look for. A slight misalignment or overlapping of the mint mark can signal that you are holding something far more valuable than a regular issue coin. Collectors often share stories of their unexpected finds. One seasoned collector recalled the thrill of examining a batch of quarters, only to discover one with a perfectly centered, yet inexplicably doubled, inscription on the reverse. Years later, that very coin fetched an astonishing sum at auction, a reminder of how a rare error can completely transform the narrative of a coin's life. In another instance, a newcomer to coin collecting unearthed a 1968 quarter with a pronounced off-center strike at a local swap meet. The discovery not only boosted their collection's value but also ignited a passion for searching for other error coins. Experts advise that careful observation is crucial when examining any 1968 quarter. Look closely at the alignment of the design, the clarity of the inscriptions, and any anomalies in the mint mark. Using a magnifying glass can help reveal subtleties that might otherwise be missed. Each error, whether it's a misstrike, a double die, a die crack, or a repunched mint mark, carries with it an element of rarity that can significantly enhance the coin's value. The true excitement lies in the possibility that a coin which appears common at first glance might hide a significant error, one that could someday be worth a small fortune. As collectors continue to unearth these rare imperfections, the 1968 U.S. quarter-dollar coin remains a symbol of both historical artistry and the unpredictable nature of minting. The coin's journey from the mint to becoming a prized collectible illustrates how even small mistakes in production can create treasures that captivate generations of collectors. Every examination of a 1968 quarter is a step into a world where precision meets unpredictability. With a keen eye and a passion for detail, you might just hold a piece of history that could redefine its value in the most remarkable way. The 1980 U.S. quarter-dollar coin carries a quiet legacy that few would expect to harbor an astonishing potential value. On the surface, it appears to be just another piece of circulating currency, Yet beneath its unassuming exterior lies a world of minting intricacies and error anomalies that can transform it into a collector's dream worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. Every coin produced in 1980 was subject to the rigorous standards of the U.S. Mint. The typical quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington, struck on a copper-nickel-clad composition with a diameter of 24.26 millimeters and a weight of 6.25 grams. However, even within these strict parameters, a number of subtle mistakes occurred during production. A slight misalignment of the dies or an imperceptible doubling of the design elements can create a coin that stands out dramatically among its peers. Collectors have spent decades scrutinizing these coins, and over time, several error types have been identified as particularly valuable. One error to watch for is the double die error. In these instances, the coin's design appears to be slightly duplicated, an effect that might be easily overlooked by the casual observer. Under magnification, however, a trained eye will notice that the letters and numbers seem to shimmer with a secondary outline. In some rare cases, a 1980 quarter exhibiting such a double impression has been authenticated and sold for sums that far exceed its face value. Another category of error involves off-center strikes. While many coins show minor misalignments, some 1980 quarters have been discovered where the design is so shifted that parts of the image or inscription are missing. Although these coins might seem damaged at first glance, collectors prize them for the story they tell about the minting process and the unusual circumstances that led to their creation. It is not just the error itself that attracts value. It is the mystery of the production line mishap that can leave even the most experienced numismatist intrigued. A third error that has captured the attention of collectors is the presence of die cracks and die chips. These imperfections occur when the dies used in the striking process develop fractures or chips, which are then transferred onto the coins. When such imperfections appear on a coin that was otherwise minted in a standard fashion, they serve as a rare window into the mechanics of coin production. In some instances, collectors have uncovered 1980 quarters with subtle yet distinct die cracks that, when authenticated by experts, have increased the coin's worth exponentially. Real-life stories of discovery add an extra layer of excitement to the hunt for error coins. One seasoned collector recounted the moment he first examined a 1980 quarter under a jeweler's loupe. He noticed that the lettering on the reverse appeared to have a slight duplication, a characteristic of a double die error that he had only read about in numismatic journals. After months of research and consultation with expert graders, the coin was authenticated as a rare error specimen. The discovery not only solidified his reputation among fellow collectors, but also set off a bidding war at auction, where the coin eventually fetched a price that defied expectations. Another collector shared an experience with an off-center strike that had been dismissed by a bank teller as mere damage. When he acquired the coin at a local market, his careful examination revealed that the misalignment was so pronounced that a significant portion of the design was missing. Rather than a flaw, this error turned out to be an extraordinary example of minting variance from 1980. Once authenticated, the coin became the centerpiece of his collection, a tangible reminder of how even apparent imperfections can lead to extraordinary value. The allure of the 1980 U.S. quarter-dollar coin lies in these imperfections. Each error tells a story, a narrative of the challenges inherent in high-speed production, the human element in quality control, and the serendipity that sometimes results in a rare find. For collectors, learning to spot these subtle irregularities becomes both an art and a science. Close inspection under magnification, familiarity with minting specifications, and an understanding of the historical context of the coin all play a critical role in determining whether a seemingly ordinary quarter might hold an extraordinary secret. As interest in error coins continues to grow, experts advise both new and seasoned collectors to stay informed and meticulous in their examinations. The 1980 quarter, with its potential for rare minting errors, remains a prime candidate for those willing to invest time and effort into its study. Every coin carries the possibility of being a hidden treasure, waiting for the right observer to uncover its true worth. In 1996, a U.S. quarter-dollar coin minted under standard conditions could conceal an extraordinary secret. Most coins of this year appear routine, yet certain specimens harbor critical minting errors that can exponentially raise their value. By understanding how these anomalies occur, collectors have the opportunity to uncover treasures that may command hundreds of thousands, or even millions, of dollars. The key to unlocking this potential lies in examining the subtle details of rare errors and the minting specifications that sometimes escape notice. The U.S. Mint in 1996 employed advanced technology, but even in a system designed for precision, mistakes occasionally occur. Errors may manifest as double strikes, off-center impressions, or misaligned designs. One error that has captured the attention of collectors is the double die phenomenon, where design elements appear to be duplicated. In these instances, what seems like an overlapping image is actually a slight misalignment during the minting process. A careful examination often reveals extra strokes or irregular borders that set this coin apart from its standard counterparts. A collector from the East Coast shared his experience with a 1996 quarter that featured a misaligned mint mark. At first glance, the coin looked entirely ordinary. However, under magnification, a subtle doubling of the mint mark became evident. Such details indicate that the die used to strike the coin may have been employed in multiple sessions or suffered damage, resulting in a mispunched mint mark. This kind of error multiplies the coin's rarity, potentially sending its value into astronomical heights, as collectors seek out pieces that tell a unique story of imperfection. The minting process for the 1996 quarter involved rigorous specifications. Each coin was struck using high-pressure machinery intended to produce a uniform product among thousands of coins. When even a minor error occurs in this streamlined process, it stands out against the backdrop of near-perfect uniformity. The finely engraved design on the coin can gain unexpected prominence when an error occurs, transforming an everyday coin into a distinctive work of art. A slight misalignment or a subtle misstrike can convert a regular coin into a coveted rarity that collectors pursue with passion. Another notable error to watch for is the off-center strike. If the planchet, the blank piece of metal, is not properly aligned with the die, the resulting coin may have significant portions shifted or even missing. While off-center errors are sometimes dismissed as damage, certain off-center coins possess a captivating charm in their flawed symmetry, intriguing even the most experienced collectors. The degree of misalignment plays a critical role. A coin with a barely off-center strike may not draw much attention, but one with a dramatic shift becomes exceedingly rare. Determining the value of such a coin often depends on the severity of the error and the scarcity of similar examples in circulation. The rarity of these errors lies in their unpredictability. On some occasions, the minting process produces errors so unique that only a handful exist. The combination of cutting-edge technology and human oversight creates a paradox where a process designed for perfection occasionally yields an accidental masterpiece. Collectors know that the value of a coin is determined not only by its metal content or age, but by the story it conveys. A narrative of a fleeting moment when the standard production process was interrupted by an imperfection. A seasoned collector recounted the discovery of a 1996 quarter featuring an exceptionally rare die crack. The coin's image of an eagle was marred by a tiny but unmistakable fissure, a remnant of the dies where before it was replaced. This error not only highlighted the intricacies of the minting process, but also captured a moment in time when the relentless pursuit of perfection was momentarily halted. That singular coin, marked by its die crack, has been verified as one of the most valuable error coins from 1996, its rarity making it a prized addition to any collection. Understanding these minting errors requires a blend of meticulous observation and historical insight. When examining a 1996 quarter, collectors should use magnification tools to inspect every detail, paying special attention to areas where the design should be symmetrical. Errors such as double strikes, misaligned mint marks, off-center strikes, or die cracks are not only rare. They are the result of unique circumstances in the minting process that simply cannot be replicated. Each deviation from the norm transforms a humble coin into a work of monetary art, embodying a singular moment where imperfection became its most valuable trait. The 1997 U.S. quarter-dollar coin holds secrets that could transform a seemingly ordinary piece of currency into a coveted treasure. This coin is not just metal and mint marks. It carries a history of minting techniques and occasional missteps that, when discovered, can be worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. Behind its standard design lies the potential for rare errors that have captivated collectors and experts alike. Every coin produced in a modern minting facility follows an exacting process. For the 1997 quarter, this process involved high-speed presses, precision dies, and carefully formulated planchets made of copper-nickel clad. Yet, even with such advanced machinery, minor lapses sometimes occur. These errors may seem insignificant at first glance, but in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest deviation can create a rarity that drives value through the roof. Errors come in various forms, each with its own unique signature. One common category is the double die error. In these cases, the die used to strike the coin carries a slight misalignment or duplication of the design elements. This results in a coin that appears to have overlapping images or repeated details. Detecting this error requires close scrutiny, often with the help of a magnifying glass, so that the doubled lines or letters are visible. Many collectors have spent years training their eyes to catch these subtle yet extraordinary anomalies. Another error to watch for is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned in the minting press, leading to a design that is skewed or partially missing. An off-center 1997 quarter might show a portion of its design with extra blank space along one edge. While such a mistake might seem like a flaw, its rarity makes it a prized find. There are documented instances where collectors have unearthed off-center coins among what appeared to be common currency, only to discover that the misalignment has boosted the coin's market value dramatically. Die cracks and missing details are additional error types that can elevate a coin's status. A die crack occurs when the die itself develops a fracture, imprinting an unintended line or pattern on the coin. In some cases, parts of the design may be absent or distorted. While these defects might reduce the coin's aesthetic perfection, they also turn it into a unique piece of minting history. Collectors appreciate these anomalies because they serve as an accidental record of a moment when the normally flawless production process experienced a hiccup. Real-life stories from the coin collecting community add a tangible layer to these technical explanations. One collector recounted the day he discovered an off-center 1997 quarter among a collection of spare change. At first glance, it looked like any other quarter until a careful examination revealed a subtle misalignment in the design, a detail that experts later confirmed as a rare minting error. In another instance, a seasoned collector found a coin with a double die error while sorting through coins at a local swap meet. What seemed like a minor doubling of letters on the date turned out to be a significant deviation from the standard minting, eventually earning a valuation that far exceeded its face value. For those interested in identifying valuable error coins, a meticulous approach is essential. Start by examining both sides of the coin under good lighting and use magnification to inspect fine details. Pay close attention to the symmetry of the design, the crispness of the lettering, and any irregularities along the edges. Even a slight shift in the alignment of elements or a faint secondary impression can indicate a double die error. Similarly, if the design appears uneven or one side of the coin shows excess blank space, an off-center strike may be at play. What makes the 1997 quarter particularly intriguing is not just its standard minting but the possibility that a rare error lies hidden within what most people would consider an everyday coin. The value of these errors stems from their unpredictability and scarcity. Unlike intentionally produced commemorative editions, these error coins are accidental, making each one a unique testament to the intricacies of coin production. They remind collectors that even in a process governed by precision and technology, the unexpected can occur, and that unexpected element might just be worth a fortune. Before setting aside your 1997 quarter as just another piece of currency, take a moment to inspect it carefully. The details of its minting errors are not always immediately apparent, but with patience and a discerning eye, you might uncover a hidden story. A story that transforms a common coin into a rare collectible with a value that could surprise even the most experienced numismatist. The 1995 U.S. quarter-dollar coin has long been overlooked by many collectors, yet under the right circumstances a single coin can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars or even millions. Its seemingly ordinary appearance conceals the potential for extraordinary minting errors, flaws that occur during production and transform everyday currency into a prized collectible. These errors often arise when precision meets imperfection, A misaligned die, an off-center strike, or even a double design element can set one coin apart from thousands of others. In the coin's production, each quarter is struck from specially engraved dies under tight quality control. However, when a slight hiccup occurs in this process, it can result in a misstrike that collectors know to be exceptionally valuable. One of the most coveted errors is the double die strike, where certain features such as the date or lettering appear twice. This isn't simply a case of wear or accidental damage. It is a genuine minting mistake that creates a unique variation. The doubling is so precise and detailed that, under magnification, the discrepancy becomes unmistakable, drawing the attention of even the most casual observer with a trained eye. Another error to watch for is an off-center strike, where the coin's design appears noticeably shifted. When the image of the Lincoln Memorial or the inscriptions don't align properly with the coin's edge, it signals that the coin was not perfectly centered during the striking process. Although these misaligned coins might be dismissed as damaged by some, experienced collectors understand that an off-center strike is a sign of rarity. Its scarcity, combined with the inherent challenge of reproducing such an error, means that even a slight misalignment can elevate a quarter's value dramatically. There are many accounts of collectors who stumbled upon these rare errors in the most unassuming ways. One seasoned collector recalled sifting through a jar of quarters when a coin with a noticeably off-center design caught his eye. At first glance, it looked like a simple production mistake, but after careful comparison with standard specimens and consultation with experts, he discovered that this misalignment was not a common defect. It was an anomaly so rare that only a handful of examples existed from that year, turning a forgotten coin into a potential fortune. In another instance, a collector uncovered a quarter featuring a double date impression, a subtle yet striking detail that confirmed the coin was struck by two misaligned dies. This discovery led to an expert evaluation, revealing that the coin's rarity had the potential to attract bids from top collectors at auctions. Understanding minting specifications is also crucial when evaluating these error coins. The 1995 quarter adheres to strict standards regarding metal composition, weight, and dimensions. Any deviation from these standards due to a minting error becomes immediately noticeable. For instance, when a coin's details deviate from what is expected, it not only marks the coin as an error but also as a piece that carries the history of its creation. Because the U.S. Mint's quality control rarely allows such deviations to pass unnoticed, error coins that make it into circulation are exceptionally scarce. This rarity is what drives their value skyward in the eyes of collectors. For those eager to learn how to spot a valuable error coin, several tips prove invaluable. Using a magnifying glass to inspect every detail of the coin is essential. Comparing your coin with high-quality images from reputable coin grading services can reveal subtle differences: a double date, a shifted design, or even unusual lines indicating a die crack. Online communities and collector forums offer detailed guides on known error variants, including those from 1995, and can be an excellent resource for both novice and experienced collectors alike. The most prized error coins are those with subtle yet verifiable mistakes. In the case of the 1995 quarter, even the slightest deviation from standard minting practices can transform it into a collectible treasure. Each error tells a story, a moment when the typical process of precision was interrupted, resulting in a coin that is not only rare but also historically significant. The potential for these coins to be worth astronomical sums lies in their uniqueness, rarity, and the intricate narrative behind each error. The 1995 U.S. quarter-dollar coin is not merely a piece of metal in circulation. It is a testament to the unpredictable nature of production and the enduring allure of rarity, waiting to be discovered by someone with the insight to recognize its value.